Hey everybody, I want to show you how to increase the click-through rate whenever if you send an email out to your mailing list, or if you do a monthly newsletter, or if you're thinking about starting a monthly newsletter, if you have a blog on your website, something like that. I want to show you a really cool trick that will make people click on your link and actually go visit your website and read what you have to say much more often. This also works really well with Facebook ads. It works really well with YouTube thumbnails. It's just super simple. And it's really, really easy. Anyone can do it. You don't need any tech ability. So with that said, I'm going to hop over to my computer and show you real quick exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so first I want to show you this. This is an email for a personal injury law firm that we work with, and he is targeting motorcycle accidents. He's trying to get cases from people that have been involved in motorcycle crashes. So what he does is he provides a ton of value for motorcycle riders, and he does it in the form of videos. So what we do is we send out his email list, and every day we send out a short email like this, and we say watch now, and then we also put the video thumbnail in here, and we found that this thumbnail really increases click-through rate. But the problem was that I'm not a graphic designer. This is kind of a really cool, elaborate thumbnail, and we have to pay our graphic designers every time we want to do one of these things. So when he does a video every single day or every other day or whatever it is, you can see how this kind of gets a little you can see how it gets a little expensive. So what we're doing now that I think actually works even better is we're using Canva.com, which is a completely free website, and we're actually using their software, and we're making our thumbnails ourselves, and I think they look better than these actually even do. So I want to show you exactly how we would do this. So if I was going to do an email for this, if we're writing this email, then what I want to do is I want to create this thumbnail right here. And a lot of times people don't use this thumbnail. What they do is they write a really long, description. They write a novel here, and then they wonder why people don't click on it because there's nothing enticing to look at. What we do with these emails, just a side note by the way, the entire goal of this email is to get people to click on the link. We do not want them to figure out what the answer is to the question that we're basically answering in the subject line. So for example, is it possible to avoid laying your bike down? We're not going to answer that in this email right here. This is just a teaser to get them to click on this link or this thing here, and then that basically builds the authority and builds the brand. So if we wanted to create a thumbnail like this, but we didn't actually want to pay for a graphic designer, how do we do that? Let me show you. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to canva.com, and we'll let that load. Now, what you can do is you can come up here, and I like doing it for like if we're doing it for videos or if you do it for whatever. So you can see there's all these different custom dimensions here. I usually do 1920 by 1080. And the reason I do that is just because we can also use it as a thumbnail for YouTube if we want to. But again, this can be for a blog post. This doesn't have to be just for YouTube. You can do this for anything. So now what's cool is in Canva, they've got over 1 million images. So what we could do is, this is about motorcycles. So we'll just type motorcycle here and see if anything comes up free. Okay, so there's all these motorcycle images here. And you can see some are free, a lot of them are free. This is a dirt bike. Let's see, this one's free. There's a lot of dirt bikes in here. Let's go with something that's kind of colorful. Let's see how this one looks. Is that one free? I think it is. Okay, so what I would do is I'll just go in here, I'll put that in there, and I'll drop that like that. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to edit this picture, and we want to use a filter so that it's very contrasty and that it's very sharp, because it's going to be small, and basically when things are contrasty and sharp, it just looks better, and it's more interesting to the eye, and it's more eye-catching. So let me show you what we're going to do. All we're going to do is we're going to click filter, and then we're going to click advanced options. Now we're going to turn the brightness down a little bit. We're going to turn the contrast up about 30%. We're going to turn, now what's cool is that blur, if you do this, it makes the picture very blurry, but if you do it, it's like the opposite of blurry. It makes it really, really sharp. So I usually go there, and then I boost the saturation also. And boosting the saturation really makes the colors pop. So you can see like these greens in the back will really stand out, and if you do that, it goes completely black and white. So I usually go about, I kind of go like that, maybe play with the brightness a little bit, just to make it a little bit more, nicer on the eye. So what that does is anyone that's interested in motorcycles, because you got to remember, I mean, if you're not interested in motorcycles, you might not be interested in this, but anyone that's interested in motorcycles is already going to see this and going to think, oh, that's pretty cool. So now what we want to do is we want to put a little bit of text over this just to get the attention even more. Now this one, we put gravel on blind curves, how to keep from laying your bike down. That's probably too many words on here. I like having fewer words. So what we do typically, or what I will do, is I'll go over here and I will click, I'll click text, and then I can just drag some stuff right over here. Let's change this. I like using a font like a block font like that. So all you do is you select a new font, and then you can change the color. So make the color like that. So we'll make that white. And then let's say how to avoid laying down your bike on loose gravel. I don't even like that. I'm just going to say how to avoid laying down your bike. Just like that. So if you're a motorcycle rider, you know exactly what that means, and it's probably something you're afraid of. All right, now that's still a little difficult to read. So we're going to click on elements right here, and then I like to click on shapes, and then I take this one right here. So this is just a rounded box, and what I do is I put it here. I'll click on this. So I click on this. Wait. Here we go. Why is it not working? I want to go to the back. Oh, arrange, that's why. You gotta click the button. All right, so you click that, hit arrange, hit back, and that will send it. Why is it not working? Arrange. This is why I don't do things live, I guess. Oh, I know why, because it's the same color. Okay. So basically what I want to do is I want to take this and I want to change the color to black. So now I got this, and now I can do this correctly. I actually do know what I'm doing, believe it or not. And then you take this box and you drag it around here. And then what I like doing is I'll typically, see, I'll put this down here like this, maybe make this a little bigger. And the way you do that is you select it and then you just change the font size here. So let's go to 56. And then we'll make that a little, just drag that out like that. Now we've got that. Now the last thing I like doing is making this so that it's transparent in the background. So the way you do that is you click on the box and then you click this button right here and you see the transparency. So now you can see that that's a little, it's see-through, it's easy to read, but it's very attractive. Now this actually, we've got a British flag here and we're going to an American audience. So what I might do is I might do that just to cover up the British flag because I don't feel like finding another picture. So now what you can do is now you hit download, and I usually just do PNG recommended, and I hit, wait a second, for some reason I created a duplicate here, just delete this duplicate. Now we're going to do download PNG, and now you've got an image that you can insert into your email, and you can just basically, what you can do when you insert it in your email, you just make as a link where if they click on it, it'll take them right to your blog post or your video or whatever it is. It's super simple, it works so well. You can upload this directly to YouTube if you want, and then you can use it as your YouTube thumbnail if you have a video like that. So try it out and let me know if this works for you. I really hope this tip helped you, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks.